teams.
I don't know if you guys can see him.
I would love to see.
So you clip her just being toxic to me?
Well, guys, it all starts here right now, and again, we are in the new build. So Moon Knight, he might make an appearance. Thor, the new
Moon Knight is not making an appearance yet. I'm sorry.
The Hawkeye Luna, things have changed as we head into domination to kick off both these teams. And listen, same as last week, Emma Frost to make history repeat itself.
Oh, those look good.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. That's what starts things off. I'm not surprised. I mean, do you really want to deal with the mental projection team up with the Psylocks that we know that are probably going to come out in full play as the double protection on the Magneto?
I really like them.
First see for our first map on domination.
Yeah, FlyQuest right away, making sure Avery does not have access to that Human Torch. These teams are locked in, and look at that. They respect the tip of the cap to Tap. Gonna be curious if this goes back, because if Tap doesn't have Psylocke, but Energy does, that's gonna be nice for them. Energy also could be playing Wolverine, so we might see that. Human Torch elected to not be there. So just looking at what FlyQuest plays,
oh shit, I got a Gamba
with what they have available.
Chat, what is it?
Okay, now looking on the other side here, at least looking for
TEKIXD. Okay, chat.
Gambling is
band,
the triple
on. Gamble your points away if you want to lose your points.
Mutual respect is given.
There it is.
No Psylocke from either side. So, you know, I love how we hint this at the Battle of the Psylocks, but this is what our advanced ban system really provides here, too. As they save the Punisher, expecting the Flyers from FlyQuest.
I was about to expect, honestly, the Punisher going to get banned, because I know after Psylocke, Tap plays Punisher, and it's going to be Wolverine in the side of them. Avery, though, leans on the Flyers. There's now no Human Torch, no Storm. Great strategic banning. One thing that opens up, though, with both these teams.
Okay, so far we're looking at the 95% of chat thinks FlyQuest is going to win, 6% thinks Teki's going to win, which is smart. If you want money, chat, put your money on FlyQuest. If you don't like money and you want to be poor, can I get the email poor, please, in chat?
But looking like we get to lean onto that Wolverine pick that we were highlighting too, as Energy has been able to come out not only on the Wolverine, the Torch, and the Psylocke. Obviously, they're not going to be able to run that Torch or Psylocke here in this equation.
Yeah, here, guys. Now, again, if you don't know, best of 3, first to 2. The first map's always domination. The loser gets a pick between Convoy and Convergence. So that is what we will see as we start off in Wakanda.
So wait, payout so small on FlyQuest? It doesn't matter. You still get money.
For you, if that's what you're looking for, as we have the flyover of this gorgeous Marvel location.
Like, if you don't like money and you want to be poor, just go FlyQuest. Imagine, I mean not FlyQuest, Teki. But imagine if Teki actually wins this chat. That'd be fucking wild.
Exactly what worked for them in group stage.
Let's get this started here. Trying to kick off our playoffs now.
Beagle, you voted 250K again on Teki. They're not winning. You're gonna lose 300,000 today. I mean 500,000. You're not losing $500,000.
See whether you agree with us here. FlyQuest with that 87% huge lead versus the Teki expectations.
Yeah, the house odds like to fly here 87%. This would be quite the bracket breaker if Teki could get it done here. As Blur's kicking things off here, trying to get himself a little bit of action in the back line, but the team is left somewhat alone as both teams aren't really even on the point with 5 seconds left to go, and Energy now going into it with the other FlyQuest on.
Oh my god, I love seeing this.
Oh, and already trying to find the kidnap before diving into protection.
I love seeing that, bro.
That we mentioned from Spark, as Brute is the first one to go down. FlyQuest having a number of advantages as they start closing in the gap here.
Yeah, Cooper picking up where he left off with that freeze there on Brute right away. Mr. Magneto in this first fight's going to be tough here. Spark Chief just going crazy on the Gamma God that we've seen in Hulk. But Tap electing to play Hella from the flank angle. I like that. Energy's going to have to keep an eye on him if he plans to not let him get too many picks here. But right now, they let FlyQuest get the point, and that's going to be rough for the opening.
Yeah, imagine being on Dios right here on the Ultron, and you're looking at Tap being on the Hella, and then Avery being on the Punisher.
I have a guy in. Teki will win this 1-2, trust me. What do you mean you have a guy in?
Though, you have these 2 walls to work off of as Energy falling a little bit low. The Extermination, though, is going to be able to bring him right back to health.
Yeah, Adios already.
I was literally playing with that Energy guy as well yesterday, I think.
From the side of the Goddess of Death is going to bring down the other villain in Ultra. Gearing Extermination is huge. Avery now with that Final Judgment, getting a pick on Vest. Energy getting a pick in return, but it's not going to look pretty as now Cooper just trying to keep things stalled and alive. But this looks like Teki could get this point back.
Hey, wow, this is what I like. Oh, wow, chat. I'm going to be honest with you.
35% as they're going to be able to now
Teki,
the point and really get to see some
Teki capping the point and making this look like an even matchup so far. I like it. I like it.
Nope, we're gonna have the board on the point. Instead, we're going right to Namor. This is what they ran a lot of the time in domination, and one of the main teams that did it. When you have Spark Chief on the Hulk, why not, right? The King of the Sea can do his part with those Gamma Squids. Vest now trying to get an opening here and get some poke damage, as Adios is going to try to join in. Now, it looks like this team is feeling right where they left off here. They've got a couple ultimates going into this fight. Woofles, though, is the one to watch out for.
We've actually seen this from Adios and Spark 2 with that Gamma Squid specifically, so this is not unfamiliar territory here, as they're going to be able to try to recontest. The Meteor is online, as well as Energy, about to have that Wolverine ultimate, but tap first activates the Goddess of Death, while Vez now from the skies tries to send the Meteor in the backline, not finding the Loki, as the lamps also come up from both angles.
Now cool is that we can now see some of the players kind of home face cams there on what they do. Energy, we're seeing what he looks like when he's playing. Logan himself, again, he's not flanking, he's hunting as he goes in, trying to get the pick early. We've got Zealous putting in that internal bond, getting that pressure going, forcing Wolfles to get
I like what TEKIXD doing here.
And right now, Cooper doing the same and matching it. Energy, though, is going to get rid of
Oh, he has to get that. Nice. Energy is scary.
That pick now on the Ultron and keep it spicy.
Almost got the clip off the map, off to the very side here before getting that finishing blow onto Tap. Brute with the slight stun here before Adios sent out the Namor ult. Meteor now.
Oh,
Brute, tries to
wait,
find the
wow, he actually fucking got that kill.
Gets
Jesus
that final
Christ.
hit onto Cooper as he was just trying to hide away from him. Spark also gets a reset with the whole ultimate.
Now off the backboard, Ollie oops himself and gets the pick there on Luna. Great job from Brute there. Again, 88% Teki looking very
wow, Teki. Teki, bro.
80% of you guys picking
There's no fucking shot. Teki just came out swinging and fucking uppercutted FlyQuest in the jaw. Holy shit.
Okay.
This should be FlyQuest 100%, dude.
Expecting playoffs to be a little crazy out here. Nice longer stagger too onto Spark off the Bruce banner, taking that very first round as we move on to Stellar.
Yeah, wow. I mean,
$1.4 million are on FlyQuest, with 68% of chat thinking they're gonna win. Only $645,000 are on Teki. If Teki wins, that's a 1-to-3 return ratio.
Taking a look at Avery,
so if you bet 250K like Beagle did, you're winning 750K.
And if you consider it right here too, that was exactly what they had protected aside from the Magneto, just to work into their favor. Even if you get to see certain flyers that were banned, the Ultron being saved was that indicator to lean into Avery's strength.
Yeah, absolutely. There again, player of the week for us was Energy, and Wolverine just didn't get enough there from that one. So we are going to have a switch up here. Adios is going to be going and switching, as Energy is going to be going to Namor, as Bast and Black Panther gaze upon us here as we enter the map. And looking at it, we have Adios back on Ultron.
Nah, hey, FlyQuest can still bring this. Oh my god, wait, look. Who the hell is...
about the flyers here from Avery.
I was about to say, you can't see that person.
Here on the
look at the face cams bottom right, chat. They're so funny to look at.
Controlling good amount of space, closer to the pillars here too, and that's going to also allow Adios to try to dance and stall just a little bit in the back lines here before having to forcefully fly out of the open cover.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're FlyQuest, you know right now who is...
There you go, there you go. Look at Adios, bro. I can't even see that fucking guy.
Making Adios' time just rough out there against, you know, both Hella and both hit scans. That's going to be a tough job. As Spark Chief does get the elimination, does get the pressure on tap. Will comes out, and the whole sea follows behind Moby Dick as they get the triple to open up this point.
Dude, look at Adios, bro. Where is he?
They found themselves drowning on that.
Where is he?
This is still trying to harass Cooper, or rather the other side of
I can't even see him.
Luna ultimate, but at least they get the reflect here. They get the toss up on that point. It did take them a little bit, like we saw from that first round.
Yeah, I like the switch up over there to Namor. That's going to be clean, as we've got now a few ults online for Fly. Teki's going to have pretty much everything in the bank. Blur's going to open it up there, doing it all day with Steve Rogers and pushing right onto the point with that pressure, forcing Cooper to get that ult off, which is actually huge, and a job well done as he backs up to his team.
Oh, shit.
Sweet, the Fadeable Ford's not available after the Freedom Charge has forced that out from Blur, and they have a plethora of ultimates, 5 on the board here for Teki, as they have the ultimate advantage going into this next fight.
Yeah, we've got the purple ball up, and unfortunately does not connect. He goes off the back glass there, but we do have the Goddess of Death going up top, trying to get a big pick, but we have the Meteorium going up. Vest has landed these all day in the group stage, but the Loki Lanterns keeping everybody protected there. Avery in the combo wombo that we saw plenty in the group stage as well with the Luna, but the whale goes out to stagger, not eliminate, and Energy does get that elimination on Avery.
Oh, and that was through the God of Mischief in the form of the Fate of Both Worlds, not going to be able to help them out, and now it's going to be another team fight win in favor for FlyQuest, and that was Teki utilizing everything basically that had minus Woofles and their own Fate of Both Worlds.
Yeah, a good job Energy making use of those tries by throwing the 2,000 plus pounds, way more than that, of the whale on them and eliminating. They did use a lot of their economy. Woofles does have an ult ready to respond, but for the most part, this map has all belonged to FlyQuest. Good answer back.
The area is almost yours.
Is creeping about, is Tap nearing that 85% in favor for FlyQuest right now on the point, but then you have to worry currently about the no more Energy in position with those squids, while the rest of FlyQuest continuously press in front of Teki's front lines.
Yeah, Vest, I like this little point here, poking forward, getting that pressure.
I see, like I said, chat. This is a whole nother fucking like.
The Woofles Fate of Both Worlds, and want that back as overtime persists. They're putting pressure on, but Tap.
This is like a whole nother scene right here.
After getting that pick 2 onto Energy, big first pick here just to flip this point. It made
wow, it didn't kill that person. That's wild.
Here in this second round at the very end, Cooper actually reflecting the same thing here, and now the reset from Spark being on this hold before trying to jump away back into Cooper's line of sight. Vez turns around, he sends out the meteor, he does boot out currently over to the other side, just trying to help out Spark as he was falling incredibly low. Now Tap also just gets deleted, has him to just disengage on the Goddess of Death, and another Moby Dick, but Avery, no CC here when you're on the Punisher using that final judgment.
Yeah, nice hiding, a little hide and seek here from Avery the Punisher, and he found all the strategies connected with Sparks there, but Vest does trade with Tap there to make things a bit more equal as the grand finale comes out from Ad there. The Loki copy that's going to give them all the pressure and sustain that they need. Eternal Bond also doing favor for FlyQuest here as Spark Chief trying to get the most of what he can put out with the Hulk here. Brute now trading with Energy, and at this point, momentum going back over to Teki, 23% and climbing.
Loki holding on though to that ultimate, using the Fate of Both Worlds, also just stalls enough time for Teki to take care of these squids, and now delay here as they're gonna start approaching that 40% mark after flipping it at 0%.
Yeah, honestly, I love them throwing out the Hail Mary.
Bro, I don't know, man. Chat. I think FlyQuest is gonna turn around and still win this.
Capitalize every receiver in the end zone. They scored multiple touchdowns, getting that point.
I think FlyQuest is still gonna win this. If Teki wins this first match, I will be very impressed with how they're playing right now.
With that meteor, that's gonna be able to try to deny that from Cooper, who has a Fate of Both Worlds going into this next fight. Another whale coming to the other side. Blur this time. They continuously are targeting out Energy.
Yeah, not in the splash zone of those whales at all. They're barely escaping them, but unfortunately Energy unable to connect on them as the team is just cleaning up right now. Avery punishing heavily. Adios just has nothing.
Oh shit, chat. Oh shit, bro. Teki has 6 fucking ults here. FlyQuest has 4. If they keep targeting Energy and get Energy out of the game, that means I think Teki. Oh my god, wait a minute. This actually, this is actually a really good series. I thought it was gonna be a roll.
Now in favor for Teki, and they have all the ultimates basically ready to go.
Wait, the guy, there's someone in my chat said they had an in.
If they get 2 maps back to back, Energy going with the fastball special and going right away, getting hit massively, but the passive is going to keep him nice and safe and cozy as he goes up. Blur now trying to get that pressure here on the extermination, and good job keeping his team alive and the pressure away. What Tank should do best here, putting up that shield, getting those good cancels in, and trying to get the early pop-off. Looking at Teki, they've got everything as the Goddess of Death goes up.
Come on, Teki, you guys got a lot of ults here. You guys got a lot of ults here. Don't fuck it up, bro. Don't fuck it up.
Shield not able to protect the backline. Zelos goes out first. The Eye of Akamoto here tries to take out Zelos successfully. Unable to use that Eternal Bond. Meanwhile, Cooper trying to keep the team alive. Tepke now, though, just completely wipe out FlyQuest. Spark is just trying to delay.
No fucking way, chat.
First game of the series to go.
No fucking way.
Over the 1 seed FlyQuest, only dropping 4 maps, I guess, in its entirety throughout the entire entire run in the domination of the group of death
way.
in Group A. But Teki, they said don't call us underdogs, and they're showing why. They stunned the bracket.
Dude, FlyQuest is one of the best NA teams, bro.
How is this happening?
One of the best.
History repeating itself just in different forms, I guess, here, Cozy. This is best of 3. It makes it a lot easier to take the series here without a complete reversal situation as we take a look at the stats.
Yeah, listen, I said FlyQuest.
Oh my god, the only other person that was doing anything on, what do you call it, on FlyQuest was Energy. 13 and 6 with 8 final hits.
I mean, I'm just telling you, Punisher could just go
Brute, Avery, and Tat all fucking carrying. Well, the whole team did really well, but holy shit.
Played a phenomenal game there as Loki. The whole team
pay out. The series is not done. The series is not done, bro.
That's exactly the start you want.
Yo,
you're Vez here. You try to get the meteor multiple times on that Loki.
Bro.
Activated the lamps. Yes, you sometimes get that one KO onto Woofles, but it was just the way that Teki was ready.
If you guys lose your money,
that biggest indicator, even after making the comeback,
it's not my
after
fault.
Losing out on that second round, initially for that first fight, we saw FlyQuest get to what, like 80% or so at that point, 90 plus, and then that complete reversal from
Should
Teki.
do predictions every match? No, I don't do predictions every match. I do it's a series.
Once that was used
it's
up
a
already,
series,
then
chat.
they were
I'm doing
able
it
to
per
retaliate,
series.
utilize their own meteor, and it was just all a game of cat and mouse for them to retaliate on base of reaction.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it just
my
felt
kids
like,
are gone from child services.
Wait, like, I got it, and then no one getting in. They all get eliminated. It just felt like each and every team fight, Teki was able to get the all-important eliminations right before things began or as they escalated. And Avery definitely was, again, that exclamation point on all that insanity there with 11 final hits and 30k damage. That'll get the job done.
What happens when Punisher skates by that ban phase, as well as the Loki too, because the Loki really did provide that extra support.
Wild, chat. That is fucking wild.
And we saw the potential to stall and kind of make them more useless in terms of setting up with the Gamma Squid.
Yeah, and listen, hey, this happens. Like, whenever you win off and you haven't lost a game in a long time, you get comfortable, and then you get yourself in that kind of winner's quo. Teki, though, going off their last loss being, 2-0'd by Shroud X, they came with a game plan, and it shows here. They've had a week now to get things right, and that's what we've said about them and Ego. We need to see more flexibility from them and just more calm, cool collectness. They've already been on the big stage already, right? Now they're here, and they're not vets, but they've been here, done that.
FlyQuest won the finals, right, Chad?
Called a lot of upsets, but this was not one of them. Don't go anywhere.
3-0 potentially
the next match that can send FlyQuest back to their home in the lower bracket. I'm gonna take a quick break.
Bro, they're losing their first round to like the 8th seed or some shit? No, bro. They're losing to the 8th Sage. I appreciate the massive 5 subs. Absolutely fucking insane. I appreciate it. That is wild. Dude. Is this a popcorn kind of match or watch or ice cream? I would say do popcorn. I got my Pokemon bowl downstairs, so I gotta go get that. Give me 1 second, chat. Go get your snacks. Go get your popcorn. Go to the bathroom. Jork it if you need to. We have 3 minutes. I'm gonna go get my my food. Okay, chat, I'm sorry. I'm back. I got my food. I'm not going anywhere for the rest of the day.
Show me that you are still the only one that matters for me. I'll be waiting for you.
J3 on the Renegades versus these teams. I'm gonna be honest with you, if it was my old team on Renegades versus these teams, we would get fucking rolled because Renegades is not a good team. To be honest with you, I was the only best player on that team. I said it. Ego.
Welcome back to Techie. They're cooking, and right now the kitchen is closed for FLYQUEST.
Okay,
as
chat,
we
I
look
got my
at
dinner.
match 1 and the upset. I mean, the bracket breaker could already be here, and the playoffs. It's only been going for like 10 minutes. I mean, I'm blown away right away, Vicky. I saw a lot of things that could have led to that for FLYQUEST. Spark Chief, I want a better game out of him. You know, listen, maybe he plays better when he's, you know, staring up at the ceiling in defeat. That's what we, you know, saw last time in the group stage. What did you see, though?
What I'm
Pokey?
seeing is
Yeah,
a duelist
I'm eating
difference
Pokey.
between Avery and Tap, which is, I think, really important to highlight that when we last saw Tap basically flex through these different heroes, we saw Tap on the Punisher at one point. We highlighted Avery as this flyer duelist, yet here we are with Avery popping off with like more than double the amount of damage than the other opposing team. Looking at FLYQUEST, literally just flying themselves into map number 2 just as quickly as a speed run, because that was crazy. Like, I think it just highlights the flexibility and the homework that has gone into this Techie team.
Yeah, and if you look at the pick and bans, I actually gave the favor to FLYQUEST. I think they got what they wanted out of there, but also I think Techie was ready for
Oh,
that.
hey, there you are, baby. How you doing? No, I don't want you eating my food.
Abilities that we've seen these
I
teams
love
get
you, but I don't want you
adjusted
eating my food.
But listen, we've got so much heading this direction. It's must-watch television here.
No.
And while you guys are watching, you can earn yourself a magic skin for Rivals with Twitch drops exclusive to the Ignite tournament and those that are co-casting as well. And just, you know, you can rock this sick. I love these, by the way, all the characters they've hit so far. I'm hoping they have one for each and every one. But you could just, you know, get a little emote, nameplate, spray, Vicky.
I love this. I already collected my Will of Gallica magic skin, so just by watching the tournament, it just takes roughly like 6 hours or so to collect every item, including this new skin, and you have all the way up until July 16th.
No.
Yeah, this is good stuff, guys. So collect it while you can. Go ahead and watch the action unfold and get yourself a magic skin. Hopefully season 3 around the corner. Maybe you should get some buffs. We'll have to see. But yeah, looking at it with FLYQUEST, you know, I interviewed Energy this week and talked to a lot of their players, and there's always somebody that kind of really almost carried or just went all out, all gas, no brakes, whether it was Energy or Vest with those huge ultimates. We didn't really see any of those wow moments from Energy and the rest of FLYQUEST this time around. You know, so I think it's the ultimate battles that came down to it, and it depends what
I
we'll
need
see
this
there.
cat
Or maybe just
off
a
my
little bit of
desk.
that winners.
You're not eating my food,
winners
bro.
rust. I don't know if you could say that, but we'll have to see.
I love you,
feel
but you're
like
not having my
just
food.
the
Go talk to
way
your
that
mom.
We're currently seeing Energy
I hope your mom
play.
doesn't feed you
Energy
either.
was not allowed to play that game, honestly. Like, domination, I feel like in the earlier rounds of what we've seen from FLYQUEST during the group stages, they've fallen against Solaris
Hey.
in map number 1. We saw them fall
Look
against
at me.
Elo Death map number 1, which is
No.
kind of a deja vu moment from what we're seeing right here. Leaning into those strengths of FLYQUEST, obviously made the comeback. They made the run back for a reason. Now trying to iron things out.
Dude,
in
this cat
another
tries to eat my
best-of-3
food all the time,
situation
chat.
here,
I don't
Cozy,
want
moving on to
them.
map
Listen,
number
animals
2.
don't eat human
Yep,
food.
FLYQUEST gets to pick the map. Yggdrasil's Path Convoys, the way they go with. They're going to copy the bans from last time. Emma not available, and we'll see if Techie can do the upset of the tournament. And it only just began, and I guess FLYQUEST go home.
Does
to
anyone
their
here
home
have
court down
kids
there
in my
the
chat?
lower bracket, as we've got that Magneto save right away. Brute played a fantastic one last match.
Wonder if we're going to be sticking to the, already similar cases here. In this case where we didn't see the torch,
feel
are
like
we going to
Boba-
see that Psylocke ban next? I'm wondering here, as the protection
I feel like
on both
Boba,
Magnetos looks
because so
like
the
they're
kids,
trying to
the
skip
people
by,
here
but
with
I feel
kids,
like
or maybe
we're
even
probably
if you're a
gonna see
sibling
something similar,
yourself,
when
you
take
probably
the
have done
strength
this.
away from
But I feel like
energy
Boba comes to
specifically,
me
you're forcing this
and
Wolverine
does the
composition,
begging,
and then you
and
get
I'm
to
like,
really
no.
try to focus down
No
on
human
trying
food.
to take away those
And then
strengths away
Boba-
from FLYQUEST.
It's going to
Yeah, I
go
wanna see
to
now if they're gonna be
her
banning
mom.
Punisher
You know, it's going to go to
instead of Psylocke. I
Emily.
think they're
And
gonna also
then
go for the Psylocke here, if I had to guess.
Boba's
But
going to
then
be
you
like,
do
well,
give
Dad
them
said
the
I
option to
can't
say
after I
Punisher
said
like they did
no.
last
And
time. If they
Boba's
ban
going to
Punisher
play
here,
both
they're
of
just gonna
us.
say
After I
Psylocke.
said
So
no,
either way, they
then
do
she's going to
ban
give it to him.
the Punisher.
And
That's
I'm
gonna
going to be like,
force
no,
Ted
why
to
did you
go
do
back
that?
On to Psylocke, and then Avery
Have
plays
you guys
the
ever did
Flyers.
that?
But again, you
Go to
can't
your
ban
dad,
them
be
all,
like,
so I
hey,
guess
can I get
Avery, they'll
$5? I want to get this. And your
shift
dad's
them
like,
to
no,
Storm.
you're not doing that. And then you go to your mom, like,
See
hey, can I
what
get
that
$5? I want to
Iron
get this.
Man is
And she
about
gives
to
you the
be
$5.
here. And settling on what the next safe pick is going to be. Looking at FLYQUEST, believe we did see the Magneto and the Ultron. We noticed that the Ultron got nothing done comparatively to the fact that you have to deal with the Hela and the Punisher. And there's that safety pick that you were mentioning, Cozy, probably leaning more into that Psylocke.
Yeah, we saw Energy really
I'm the parent
go
that
off
says
here against
no.
Envy,
Emily's the
even
one
when
that's
they
like,
struggled
oh my
a little
god,
bit
but
on the
yes.
first bit of the
And
map.
I'm like,
Energy on that
no.
Psylocke,
Then
they
they're
were
not
able to
going
just
to
go
learn.
crazy. And I'm expecting the Psylocke save.
No
for Tap.
begging.
Energy
Animals
wants
don't
that
beg.
1v1. He even said in the interview that he respects Psylocke as one of the best. But this is our first time seeing a Psylocke save, funny enough, in Ignite for America. So cool to see things broken up and different here in the playoffs, Vicky, as Luna is now the ban.
That's what I love about this advanced tournament ban and save system, because then you get to play into your strength. This is what
it's
I
like when you have a kid chat and the kid starts crying because he didn't get his favorite toy. Listen,
coming out straight up for the Ignite tournament, saving
and
the
if you
Luna,
give him his toy because he cried,
big as, yes, they get to put
then you're teaching him that every time you don't give him something, he's gonna cry to get it.
Energy Psylocke 1v1.
Wow, both teams actually banned Emma, saved Magneto. One team banned Luna, the other team didn't ban Luna yet, and they saved the same characters.
Psylocke's ult just executed to perfection there. And it looks like for the last ban, they're thinking about, yeah, Captain America. We did see this often here. I believe it was Brute that played a mean Cap, so going to be interested to see what they adjust to, especially on this map.
We've also seen Brute lean into a pretty strong Magneto too. Wonder if this is going to be what they end up rolling out with here specifically. But I love how we keep highlighting Tap as that one Psylocke player, because correct me if I'm wrong, Cozy, wasn't there a game where we saw Tap go 30-0 in the group stage? So that's just crazy to see the amount of pressure Tap alone as a player could provide on that Psylocke.
Yeah, when you look at all the duelists and the ones that really just put up insane flashy numbers, and honestly, you know, you never want to say carry in a hero shooter, but just does a lot of heavy lifting. We look at Self and Ego Death. We look at Tap for sure in this team. Absolute great. And then that opens up the skies for Avery, which is also going to obviously help everything out as well. As we go to Yggdrasil's path, and I'm telling you guys, I don't know who gave Techie the script. They look rehearsed, though. They look ready to go for this potential elimination to the lower bracket for FlyQuest.
And I see you guys in the chat changing up some of your votes. I saw a lot of that, 80 plus in favor of FlyQuest after that first game alone. You can only imagine the Techie fans, they be feasting right now, but they have to feast here for this second game to proceed on through this winner side of the bracket.
I've never lied to you guys. FlyQuest is still winning this.
Start with the man on Psylocke. Tap, trying to get early poke damage from up above. Expect him to take these, side corridors and maybe go behind for the back line. Try to make it a quick assassination there as everyone else is pushing through the front. That's going to allow Tap to get some space there. Brute, though, pushing up right away on Spark Chief. And wow, what an offense to get things started with Brute.
Chat, they kind of fell apart.
With the 3K here,
last time they did this against 100 Thieves, they fucking full held them for like 3.5 minutes. They died in 20 seconds. This is what you like to see from Techie. That's crazy.
This is a straight momentum after that high win in that first game.
Just putting the pedal down and driving right through expectations. You'll love to see it as they do have a portal unlock ready to get the team fight right away. Vest now flexing over to that group, getting those good close of walls to separate that space early and often for them. Avery in disguise, as we saw, Omega Hurricane nerfed a little bit in this patch, but still can put plenty of pressure and most importantly use those strategist ults here. Energy needs to get locked in right now and get those picks to keep his team going.
Just takes just a little bit of time, but currently see both worlds activated here from Ad just to close in that distance. This forces out the invisible boundary now from Cooper, and here comes that Omega Hurricane. It took just enough time, but stalling it out second
that Hurricane didn't even do
invisible boundary
anything.
allows him to find Zelos. The strangling prison though keeps Avery floating in the air, and the dance of butterflies may not have found its mark, but the finishing blow onto Cooper when the rest of your team is dismantled allows Techie to win another team fight.
Bro, Techie,
Zealous there, right there. He was at the Eternal Bond. Was
I don't know who Techie's coach is, but their coach needs to get, like, you know, a bonus
for that Hurricane and close in of the team. Perfect communications right now for Techie. That off week really gave them everything they needed to change up strats, comms, and composure as they headed to the second point. But it looks like potentially FlyQuest, yeah, they're going to be able to at least put up a fight here.
Well, this is a great re-engage for FlyQuest, but they noticed that Woofles had used the Fate of Both Worlds really late in that previous fight. Really unnecessary to pull the trigger right there. So they wanted to try to re-engage right afterwards, but Blur also having the Eye of Agamotto, just trying to put in the pressure. FlyQuest just completely moved back in with Energy opening things up with a Dance of Butterflies.
Okay.
And there it is. Energy getting that big pick on Blur.
Okay.
Yes, they still
good shit, FlyQuest.
Theirs right to beat. Now, Brute does have the Meteor coming close, but as far as strategist, Ad is going to be the next man up to
good
get
shit,
it.
FlyQuest holding it fucking down. I like it. I like it.
And that was huge for momentum. momentum. 3 team fights in what looked like a full domination there from Teki. That is a big win there for FLYQUEST.
That was all opened up with the Eternal Bond, specifically from Zelos, that the Zelos had got down pretty early in the engagement of the last fight.
Oh, that's a big eye. That's a big eye.
Retaliate, looking up to the skies, forcing Spark to back away, put up that Doctor Strange shield, helping them out, and they still were able to get Avery in the process.
We've got now both.
It's actually kind of wild that FLYQUEST managed to get 3 team fights for this first what do you call phase. Usually it's like 1, maybe 2.
But it's not going to be enough as Ad and Tap close in. Zelos falls with Spark Chief. Rough start there, especially in terms of the Agamotto. We're going to go into now Venom for Spark Chief, trying to maybe poke.
Ad is having way too much fun. He also got the freeze too on Vez before backing away, and then now trying to finalize this first checkpoint here for Teki.
You guys wouldn't understand zoning.
They have 2 ultimates here to work with between Woofles and Blur.
Yeah, and so far, not extremely dangerous skies here for the weather report of Avery and the ultimates. I would like to see those land a bit better, but it's getting the job done. Cleaning up some of those ults at the end of the fight.
I want to see Tap stats.
Teki needs to adjust. Other than that, keep rocking and rolling. Play loose, have fun. We're seeing it right now with Blur ready to rock the Agamotto, the team fight winner. Right now, Zelos is going to have to nail this. Cooper getting close to that invisible boundary as well. We need to see FLYQUEST stagger these strategists ults a bit more.
I do some more of this poke pressure too.
That's what they do really well. They go a 3 healer, 3 tank comp, and they usually hold their spawn and try to waste time there. And when that doesn't work, they teleport to get another hold, and then after that they walk there and get another hold.
Is also up here for Tap as Blur now comes in with the Eye of Agamotto here, gets blocked out. Vez now being able to retaliate, moves up to try to get the Agamotto themselves.
Wow, big eye by Vest. We've been seeing a lot of big eyes from him.
Including that team wipe. Brilliant job there in composure. Really, Vicky, the story of this is just the domination of the meta pick of Loki and Luna together versus, yes, triple support, but strategist, but it is tough to match those two in the countless seconds of invisibility.
Yeah, what is it, like 24 seconds of immortality if you cycle through both Loki and Luna in that timely fashion, just waiting for one to end versus the other? It's crazy. It's a huge stall opportunity here too, just to help recollect some energy, though gets caught with the
he missed his dash. You guys saw that? He missed his dash and got stunned.
No safety as Sparky tries to help and peel.
Yeah, that's a huge pick early. Again, we saw this with against Envy when FLYQUEST went against him on this map here, as we've got the Eternal Bond going in, closing in. Ad, though, with the response. Avery and the Whale going out with the damage boost. Cooper getting the elimination, but Avery closing and finishing off the job with the trades looking
I feel like I know someone on FLYQUEST, chat. I feel like I know someone.
Finishes off the job with the sword 2-piece.
Wait, and the Ditto just clap back here too from Teki. They go over to the Hulk and the Namor to try to counter that of Energy, who's already having a hard time.
Was it light? It was light, right?
Yeah, we've heard a lot about the Hulk there for Sparky. Blur says, watch what I can do.
But his hero pool doesn't work on there?
Hulk smashing, the other is Hulk spectating, as now they're pushing into this cavern here, trying to get that pressure, not letting FLYQUEST get in, but that portal comes out, and the team trying to contest. They need to win this one if they want to keep momentum. 28 seconds, so Vicky, not a lot of time.
No, but at least it's enough time here to just re-engage with these ultimates if you're FLYQUEST holding back Teki. Blur now gonna get booted off of that Hulk, gonna be turning into Bruce Banners as Cooper sends him back to the spawn. They've re-engaged. Teki are forced to just try to peel away, and looking behind them though, their entry is just cut off by Spark, who manages to fly away, and now this is the moment now, less than 5 seconds.
Yes, to be causing that distraction. There's the Agamotto, and we've seen it how.
That was big. That was big. Vest is a really good tank. He has a really good fucking tank.
It's looking like FLYQUEST can get a good firm defense with the last desperation here from Blur, but he might buy enough time with that Monster Hulk. The team can get themselves in. Tab also getting eliminated, and that's going to be it, Vicky. For the first defense, FLYQUEST responding.
It's the calm and collected faces for FLYQUEST for me right now. The way that they're holding on, the way that they're able to cycle through, they just knew in that moment that they were able to push them off.
Did you see Energy's face cam pop up there? He looks so unfazed. Like if a meteor hit his house, it looks like he just wouldn't move. I mean, the guy looks composed and is probably definitely proud of how the team turned it around. It is tough against, again, Loki, Luna with what you have. And with FLYQUEST not even looking like the team we've seen in group stage, I'm impressed that they were able to get that stuff.
I'm also really impressed to see the way that Teki has tried to isolate energy. When you get to figure out and pinpoint the biggest issue that is going to be the wall for your team,
Tap is 16-1, chat.
Properly on energy's positioning constantly, and even with that, FlyQuest was able to prevent Teki from getting to that second checkpoint.
Yeah, 100%. I think that
damn,
they're using their
16-1.
a bit aggressive. I like it.
That doesn't look like a score.
There, but it does seem like they're kind
that doesn't look like a score for someone who got held on second point.
They're not worried right now. I think Avery definitely hoped to see a bit better Omega Hurricanes there, but as a whole, the team has it in lock. Now Avery 14K, not bad though on the damage front. Energy playing a much better game as well.
Talk about ultimates. We see that sometimes too with Wolfles, just with the fate of both worlds being utilized either too late or a little too early, just to try to start more of these aggressive engagements here. See how they're going to be able to cycle through this with FlyQuest now be on the attack instead with the fastball special, just trying to yeet energy in the direction you're trying to get a kidnap.
Yeah, we got a portal opening as well. That's going to be the turret portal.
No way. No way.
What is happening? My goodness, with the double kidnap in the air, Peter Pan.
That is insane. That is fucking insane.
Just a little bit of pixie dust or maybe some adamantium is all you need to be able to get the isolation pick onto Blur, but it's a big first pick. This is forced Teki to just try to play split up here.
That shit was insane, chat.
Now Brute now getting that poke. Blur is going to be coming back a bit slower right now. Both teams just getting good pressure on, and honestly, FlyQuest just pushing in very heavy at the moment. They had 3 fights and contests on this point. It's gonna be tough to match that with the point making its way firmly to the gates and opening up point 2 potentially best now with just pure pressure. And look at those ults getting charged up fast. Audios with a nice pick and getting close to being able to get that strategist ultimate now.
Oh, FlyQuest saying they don't need the no more Gamma Squid here in their favor before Teki now force their way in after Tap gets sent out here. And that does have the God of Mischief, and he uses it and gets shut down.
Oh, shit. Energy is fucking popping off on the Psylocke now.
With that Terror Cape, he's just been the nail.
And he got the Hulk out.
To get this first checkpoint.
That's a good stagger.
Those melees are beautiful. I'm telling you, that man and this team, they just play great when they're down, and we've seen this before.
What a great stagger by this team. That is huge.
Top of the little stagger here. It's another common collected energy, by the way. I love these face cams. It just highlights, yeah, I just popped off real quick. We're going to be able to control this space, but it's just what FlyQuest is expected to do here in this corner.
Yeah, and just looking at the ults too, I mean, right now, you're in favor of FlyQuest with the momentum that they have there. They've got 3 of their strategy ults ready. They can get a huge Agamotto here to really make things tough, as Avery just trying his best now. Going to try to use the Blessings of the Deep early as the Extermination goes out. The Magneto goes up and does not get a connection they were looking for to try to stall this offense.
You talk about the reaction from Adios, just did not lose sight of that meteor just in case he could destroy with the Extermination midway through being tossed here in this case. While Tap now using the Dance of Butterflies, it's then answered back and countered by Cooper and the Invisible Boundary, just waiting for that opportunity, knowing it was going to come eventually.
Yeah, unfortunately, too, Magneto just not getting that connection, throwing at the meter and just going right off the glass. No basket here. We're seeing everything go out for both these teams here as there's 4 minutes on the clock.
I don't know about that whale,
with the aggression, but luckily here, Teki is able to fight back. Best now just forced to back up, rejoin his team, and reset.
Yeah, the strategists were in shambles in that case.
I don't know about that whale, chat.
First 2 to go out in that fight. This allows Teki to get a lot more aggressive and to allow themselves to set up with this no more.
Yeah, without question here, both teams now trying to get things going, reset up. Spark Chief going back over to Venom. Worked really well in that first point against them. That's going to allow some mass pressure there. Energy, Dance of the Butterflies. He's going to look for that triple piece to open things up just like point 1. But this time, that'll make the series tied if he can pull it off. Avery, though, getting some nice farm of poke damage with those Tritons. Going right for the head, trying to get some poke damage on the flyer of Adios.
Is that Calibro like Caviar? No, it's a Pokeball.
Here, too, as well as the follow-up finds Avery as a first pick. Yes, Brute's about to have that meteor, but FlyQuest as well with Vez having the Eye of Agamotto before getting temporarily stunned by Blur. They'll then gets the follow-up onto Tap, which is a big considering the Dance of Butterflies was online for 10.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, FlyQuest still has 3 fucking minutes to cap, what, 10 meters? This is...
got 1 meter going up, down, no connection, and now we've got Energy just putting the pressure on them with the
FlyQuest is looking really good.
Trying to contest now. Teki trying to get things evened out. Tap not getting a connection either, and at this point, it's all gas, no brakes. Going up with
oh shit! I think they're gonna win right here, though.
Alive and the pressure with it.
It's a desperate times call for desperate measures strategy here from Teki after coming out of Avery's portal. The beautiful stall right on top of that payload too. Ad now gets booted out of the God of Mischief. Now Energy follows up, does find
I think this is GG's chat.
Agamotto, though, after they've already lost out on 2, they have to deal with the Eternal Bomb. They have to worry
this is
about the
GG's.
Venom ultimate on top of it. And Cooper and Vez together, alongside the rest of FlyQuest, have shoved Teki off the
And they got the portal trap. Yeah, that was... Yo, FlyQuest is looking good. I told you guys.
That was a 6-man mic drop. Great job from FlyQuest to get the
I told you guys, FlyQuest is going to bounce back. Hey, everyone that voted FlyQuest, you are welcome for those points. I take half because of taxes.
Needed that here.
I'm sorry, but there has to be taxes, and I have to take half of your points because you guys listened to me, and I made you that money.
All right, we won't be
Call me the government, chat.
Another time around as Cooper gets the MVP.
I gotta take taxes.
Game.
I'm telling you, watching these face games crack me up. Energy just looks like he's not face at all, playing the best.
Tap went 16-1 that first half, but this half he went 17-4. So he did 1-3 this whole round. I don't think they really killed anyone that whole round.
Final hits, both Vanguards and both Spark Chief, I think especially really kind of rose up there.
Still around left
on this map.
Listen, I can tell the future.
Because I feel like when you see FlyQuest,
I can tell the future. I can tell who's gonna win.
Map for FlyQuest, they've won it against Lars when they were down that one map as well. They won it against Jobless Bums, and this was also the map that started that momentum here for FlyQuest versus Envy before Envy had taken that one game 3, I believe, onto Clintar, and then FlyQuest then took it over Envy in that last game on Krakoa. So they're playing to their strengths here, including adding that onto the maps.
Yeah, and it felt like kind of Teki and Fly swap places in terms of performance with ultimate usage and lineups. We saw them do it to perfection. Teki on domination, and that time it just felt like these ults were kind of going.
That's what I love to do, bro. I love to pay people off, and so my chat can like win channel points.
Things just locked in, and we've seen that time after time. When the man needs to step up, he does, and the team follows with them. Fantastic job.
And I'm wondering if that goes hand in hand too with the triple strategist that we currently
This
saw
was insane.
from
This was insane. Doing that is crazy.
On that Ultron, the output from Cooper, and being able to just support through everything with that 31k healing here too. And that's with Energy having to make a lot more of these swaps and these adjustments.
Yeah, that's actually a great highlight there. Looking at strategists from both teams. Obviously, you know, Luna Loki, that's the favor in terms of the meta picks. But man, the damage spread between the 3 of them and healing all of them, 23k, 15k, 31k healing. That is a lot to go up against. I think they did the perfect job. Cooper-tastic once again taking that MVP, man, just collecting them at this point. 31k healing. Absolutely insane there with Sue.
Cooper-tastic. I've had this guy in my game
next
before.
Matchup right now. Teki gets to pick the map.
Wasn't there a person that was on FlyQuest that was very problematic, chat? Who was that? Do you guys remember?
And what they did with Punisher surprised, you know, FlyQuest, and they took.
Or was it on FlyQuest?
The same at least pick ban list there from.
It was.
Yeah,
was it actually Cooper?
Couldn't run the Luna and the Loki themselves, so they made it work with the triple strategist here. So that again, further highlighting the flexibility on having to navigate through these different strategist bands that we constantly keep seeing.
Damn.
And guys, let me highlight this. Group stage was something, right? That was to get the seeding, okay? Maybe make a little bit of a name for yourself. This is now for LAN. The pressure is to the maximum. You can only lose twice. One of them coming right here, right now for one of these teams. I mean, this is as high stakes as you get. Forget, you know, just making your legacy, but this is going to be it for one of them here, at least in the upper bracket where you want to be, unless maybe
I forgot what he did, but I remember someone being problematic and chat telling me about it.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're right back to the action.
Take care, Memo. Also, Spark Chief is on a lot of your matches. Yo, listen, I need a lot more pros to be in my stream so I could be like the next Tim the Tatman, chat. So I could just sit here, eat food, and let the pros carry me. I need to do that. Yeah. I don't do roasting, man. I feel like roasting people is just too mean. So I think roasting and being very helpful is nicer. Roasting is fine with their consent. Yeah, but I think that's just too mean all the time. Yet you always roast people on your ranked vids. I don't roast people. When have I ever roasted someone? Coach me in a Celestial. I'm an EU Hardstuck Diamond GM. Nah, bro. I do bronze players only. So chat, if you are a bronze player and you want free coaching, go to my Discord and put a bronze code in there, and I got you. Actually, speaking about that, when was our last bronze code? Oh, bronze code right here. Bronze code right here. No, I'll make a Smurf and I'm not coaching your Smurf, bro.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Momentum has
be
been
nice to Gob. Gob is a very active chatter in my community. Be nice to Gob.
Win off the board there, and we go into match 3, Vicky. Both teams show what they got. Which one is going to bring it all to match 3?
I mean, this is how you start off a playoffs match out here, Cozy. This is what I like to see against our heavily seeded teams, but even better from Teki, making this a little even here for us as FlyQuest. They knew that they could not go down without a fight. Another PTSD situation. They don't want to reiterate what happened in the group stages, but this also means that we will be moving on to Convergence for map number 3.
Yeah, and it'll be Central Park at that. Now, listen, I think we're going to see a lot of what we're going to expect into the match. With the pick and ban phase, will Punisher make its way through again? Will they change things up? Teki, obviously, looking to get things a little bit better from that last match. They played great. The stats are there across the board. I would say, again, as we pointed out, the ultimate tightness
yes, this is both groups combined.
A little bit better for, honestly, both teams, but in that last one with Teki.
The top 4 teams in each group
thing for each team to win? Who's got to play their A game?
I feel like for me, it's got to be the way that we saw the Fate of Both Worlds utilized for a lot of these 2 end fights that I noticed for Wolfle specifically on that Luna. I do feel like as well their game plan for Teki has been to focus down on energy. They've changed a lot too. They came in with the Hulk and Namor. You try to test that against Avios, who likes to lean into that Namor too when Spark is on that Hulk. It kind of gives them a taste of their own medicine, but now depending on this pick and this safe and ban system that we currently have going into game number 3, this is where the mind games start.
Yeah, who's got the ice in the veins for a road to land?
You think Marvel Rivals will have a big week again? Or no?
Emma first off the board, and we're going to find out a lot here in terms of duelists and which way they go. Of course, we've got the same saves so far.
To be honest with you,
not too surprised here after knowing how strong Emma Frost has been, especially in America.
If I was Marvel Rivals and I wanted players to come back, I would announce that PvE is coming out. So Marvel Rivals PvE, so you can play with your friends. Call it basically Marvel Rivals 2. Get it really hyped. Maybe come out with a new character or 2, and then when it actually comes out, scrap PvE. Say JK after like 2 months, after everyone paid for it, and then probably just go back to your normal game, but make your skins cost a little bit more.
Okay, this is big here. Also following something similar, except this time around, the no Loki, no Torch, like what FlyQuest had to worry about in those last 2. The safety, though, on the Psylocke, I'm not too surprised there. Even finding some difficulties, still allowed energy to have those pop-off moments on the Psylocke.
Yeah, so they're going to get rid of the strategist there. Teki is. Their game plan's going to go around it. And you can't undermine just how insane it is to get rid of the 2 best strategists within Rivals at the moment. They do get the save. on tap Psylocke, so they're comfortable with that. And this is a map where Psylocke can just absolutely feast in backline graveyards. And we're going to see if we get that from Energy or tap, and that could be the deciding point.
This is literally exactly the same save and bans that we saw in the last game, just one slightly different order with the Torch ban and the Captain America ban.
You can get, read the pin message, chat. Read the pin message. If you guys have, all you guys got to do is just read the pin message. If you read the pin message in chat, your answers will be answered. All you guys gotta do is just read.
Ultron.
I like that one team gets the Captain America, and we've seen, some teams that can do this all day, and other ones that should have logged off yesterday, and it's been a healthy mix of how they can pull off Steve Rogers within Rivals thus far, but the dive comp in favor right now, at least for the time being. For FlyQuest, as they took the second map, we head into Central Park. New York will bring us our final result between these two teams.
Your answers will be answered.
Squirrel Girl living rent free out here in Central Park. From my girl.
Okay, chat. This is actually, we're starting NA, and this is already a great fucking series, bro. I don't know, man.
FlyQuest 65%, but it's slowly going
But hey, remember,
down, do
you guys remember what I always say? This game is tied in a 1-1 series. This game might be hard, but whoever gets harder will win this series. You gotta be harder.
They won the whole thing. Can they do it again? But Teki earning the people's love here as they creep up to more even of votes here. Now Teki on the offense first. We've got the Luna Loki, as you would expect. Avery on the Wolverine. That's going to be massive to see if they can get that pressure on Vest. And Spark Chief and Energy look to get the job done on the dive side.
So we have to imagine that Punisher ban is definitely going to put a dent on Avery's side. Not able to play the Punisher, but now trying to stick to something differently here with the Wolverine. Nice poke pressure that we're currently seeing too. Just building to some of these ultimates as Zeus is about to have the extermination too.
Guys, slowly getting that pressure for them. Energy having to back out a little bit, but gets that pressure going. Accuracy just so nice there from Energy. But Ad getting that first pick here on Spark Chief, opening up the team to dive in. Blur is going to go into the point now, and we've got Brute to follow with Magneto, getting that pressure on them, followed by the rampant Avery on Wolverine, and wow, did this pressure work out for them.
And with Cooper going down, then just trying to...
If Teki wins this first point and first fight, I think Teki wins. I'm calling it right now, chat. I'm calling it right now.
The re-engage, but then you have to consider Ad here.
I think Teki might win.
Who now puts in so much damage in that small corridor. They get 2 more picks and 2 more staggers.
I love that. Honestly, they just lost the map, and Teki's still going out here just absolute fighting. Oh, no. Maybe not even.
Yeah, I think Teki might win this, chat. I want to say FlyQuest wins, but they're not looking like a strong team right now.
That's going to be a possible stagger for Blur. Actually, Blur gets away right on time. The rest of Teki are right there to hold his back. And it's a great first pick here, too. Wolf's also having that Fate of Both Worlds to just help out with this next engagement as well as Ad.
Yeah, man, they ran that first fight like they were late for a flight. And the game
I put all my points on FlyQuest, so God no. Why would you put your points on FlyQuest? Who would say such a thing?
Rage here,
Why would you do such a thing?
And it's going to go and dive and slice and dice the Vanguard's claws out, and Avery is popping off here with that damage and pressure Energy, trying to get those all-important backline picks, but there it is. We've got Ad with the Fate of Both Worlds, dropping the beat.
At 100 in Rage out here, too. Cooper with that invisible boundary earlier on, looking for an opportunity before Vance turns around, breaks that bubble, but then having to reset with the World Breaker Hulk as Energy tries to dance in the backline with the Dance of Butterflies here, just trying to force out another support ultimate from Teki. Wolf's with that dance now going to be able to back away.
FlyQuest is holding. FlyQuest is holding.
Just to stop the momentum from Teki around that next corner.
That was insane. Blur had like 1 HP, but was able to get into that monster.
Wow, the fact that he actually didn't get a kill with that ult is crazy.
Threats on this team, and often MVP going down now several times. Spark Chief trading with Avery, but Brute, as we saw in domination, the game they won is going crazy here on the second point.
This Magneto from Brute has just been on fire with these snipes. Being able to get these picks, these follow-ups alongside with Tap goes huge.
Insanity here from Brute. He wants it. You can see it. The aggression.
Okay, I'm done eating, chat. Let's focus up.
11 as teams getting back together here. We've got one last fight to hold off point number 2, and right now Teki's playing the game that they want to. Cooper staggering a lot on this. Let's see if he can stay alive for the fight.
I was just gonna say and put it out there at the moment. I started betting against what Jay predicted. I started winning. That's not true. I never lose predictions. I always know who's gonna win.
Slicing in before Energy just jumps right back on top of the point. There goes that copy with the God of Mischief, keeps him in this fight.
Energy almost has ult.
On top of it.
Nice.
Tries to force him in the back. Cooper gets harassed. He gets scooped up right outside the invisible boundary. This works out the eternal bond now from Zelos.
They've got their target set on Cooper. Now one Wolverine lives, the other falls, and it's energy.
Wow, the fact that these guys don't die to these Magneto ults are crazy, or like not even feeding them. Like, look, he's stuck at 7 charge. No one's shooting the Magneto ult. That's crazy. I wish my ranked games were like that, but everyone feeds the thing, including me.
No, Cooper just came back and gets picked off again by Tap, but they were keeping FlyQuest alive for so long before the inevitable will happen.
They're probably gonna have like what, 4 minutes for this chat? Yeah, wow, bro. Techi's looking strong right now.
And then Avery being the finishing blow.
Techi's looking really strong, bro.
He is the backup. Absolute insanity and just the precision of making sure Cooper is down and out, followed by
like, I don't want to spoil this game, chat, but if Techi wins, that means FlyQuest loses.
I'm gonna say for myself, oftentimes this point gets pushed into this part. This is where you see a lot of the holds kind of carry on here. It's gonna be Tap versus Energy at this point. Now Energy obviously on Wolverine to try to slow down what has been a dominating Brute and Blur.
Yeah, it reminds me of that high to low ground disparity of Oracle, and by that 3rd checkpoint here, it's difficult to transcend through this low ground now as Energy just tries to make the first move before having to back away, but then has to deal with some karma themselves. 2 flying Wolverines that didn't know they had wings, but trying to clip them as Energy gets sent down.
There's Adios. You see him?
The rest of his team.
We got his face cam working. We can see him now.
Against the Loki, but nothing is working for them. It's again all gas for Teki as they go up the stairs and they try to seal the point.
I'm not gonna lie, Tap, Avery, like Blur, they're all doing such an amazing job right now. Brute with just this poke pressure too, coming in with the Magneto.
Wow. Wow. Oh, bro, that would have been so good if he actually got a kill, but I feel like that's a wasted ult now. They didn't need anything there. Yo, Cerberus! I appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub, my friend. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
They're trying to keep everybody up. The Disappear comes up. Invisible boundary keeping people alive. Zelos has the internal bond locked and loaded. We've got the Kraken impact. Here comes.
Wait, what?
With the unfortunate, unable to get anything.
Wait, what?
Again, once again, missing that meteor has hit so many of those as Energy rockets Avery. Logan v Logan and wins the better of it. And they can finally slow down Teki, it looks like, in this fight.
Avery looked like they were floating like a feather, just trying to wait out that meteor before it was a little too late. Now Adios comes in to sweep up with the Kraken impact.
Why didn't that guy use his ult, bro?
Absolutely. Here again, will FlyQuest go to the side quest or stay the main quest here as they put up the defense? Kraken impact used up in a lot of ult economy. We do have Energy and Spark Chief. Spark Chief not so much, maybe a little bit of hold there, but Techi's got everything they need with 1:20 to seal the deal.
And playing a little cheeky out here too, as most Loki players as well. Just looking at the positioning that we saw that one Loki clone from the back lines of FlyQuest though. But look at these ultimates right now. Energy does have that Wolverine ult. Teki have some answers though coming right back. Ad's about to have that Loki God of Mischief before Energy retreats right back to the rest of FlyQuest. And Ben takes a lot of damage. A meteor now in favor together with the Dance of Butterflies that are ready to fight soon, just trying to cut off their exit point.
That was huge, and Energy used his ult on top of that to try to match the 2 that Tap got out, but unfortunately did not match it in the Dance of the Butterflies. Could have been the dance to win it, as we now have
probably was waiting for. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe the pro player knows more than me, chat. That's all I know.
Just trying to hold them back. There's only 2 meters left. 2.68. Can they do it?
Another Kraken, by the way, going in again.
Adios right now is popping off though for FlyQuest. That guy's literally carrying.
Matches him back in the spawn. Only so much Adios could do with his damage output. Oven leaving the backline of FlyQuest, stalling for as long as possible. But with 16 seconds on the clock,
I told you guys, if Teki...
They've got the sledgehammers out.
If Teki wins first point, they're gonna win this game.
They're gonna show exactly who they are.
If they won that first point in that first fight, they win the game.
You guys have been here many of times. Can you get the 3-3 and push it into yet another push?
I do think FlyQuest can win, but they have to win the first fight and cap first point instantly, chat. Because if they don't do that, I don't think they're gonna have enough time for second phase, if not even third phase.
All the way at the end of that 3rd checkpoint now.
I mean, Tap just huge executions in the back line, really just opening up the space for his team. Energy tried to match it there with the Wolf ult, and again, just unsuccessful to get it done. I mean, there's some matches I don't even know who won. I just know my eyes lost. It was madness.
I feel
holy shit, Tap is 26-2 with 11 final hits. Brute hasn't even died once. So hasn't that Rocket. That Rocket ad, he wasn't playing Rocket, but 19-0 with 18 assists. Holy shit.
Kidnapping you, you look like a chameleon looking in every direction if you're one of the backliners of FlyQuest.
And I highlighted Ad before the show what they did. Ad and Brute have not even been eliminated. Only 8 final hits altogether with FlyQuest, 11 for Tap by themselves. That's exactly what you want to see when there's LAN on the line as we head into FlyQuest now on the offensive. Can they get the point as easily as Teki did? And we'll see what happens.
LAN and $250,000 prize pool for Americas. It's more than LAN. It's the money in sight for these teams out here. And FlyQuest now have to take this home and strategic here, while Alios now going to be able to push in, get in some extra pressure. And I really like this pathing that we're currently seeing FlyQuest try to contest Teki.
Yeah, taking this left side, staying there on Winter Soldier's nice for the pressure and just to punish those clones with the Kraken impact that he's trying to build up here. Maybe get a pull in with the claw there.
How you doing, baby?
Trying to get that pressure on the right side, like this high ground they're going for. Spark Chief looking to get some air here with Captain America jumping down as Avery is taking the fight to him, slashing and dicing away. And right now the ults are looking in favor for FlyQuest, but dead even nearly.
Just trying to make sure they can cover enough space in case Energy is trying to hide behind the pillar, but Tap calls out Energy instead. Slow and methodical doesn't end up working out for FlyQuest in this case, and after losing out on another form of damage done, Energy will be making their way over. And Avery with this Wolverine, the playmaker in the win condition.
Nice, great play, great play. Yeah, I don't think FlyQuest is winning this, chat.
As Happy Gilmore would say, just tap it in. That's what they're doing, just getting those eliminations.
Chat, I don't think FlyQuest is gonna win. I don't know what FlyQuest is even doing, bro.
Just that, Brute. Whole team now not only just cleaning
I think this is a
FlyQuest,
GG's,
but also building up those ults. And Cooper really the only one here ready to rock for the next match. Zelos close behind.
Avery is just using this as the opportunity of a scratch post right now. Now there has to be changes, and I like this now. Better late than never. You got 2 minutes.
Do they get knocked out if they lose? No, there's a loser bracket. So if they lose this game, they go to the loser bracket.
Yeah, interesting switch up here. We've seen Zealous play a lot of Adam in the past. Cooper flexing on over to the Mantis, and now Audios with that heavy-duty healing responsibility. Energy have not seen them play a lot of Star-Lord, but hey, the Legendary can be Legendary if pulled off correctly here, trying to farm that ult and get that early damage poke. He does get the Lanterns to pop, and it's great to counter that with the Barrage.
Better late here when you have to reset some of your ultimates, but
yeah, no, GG's, chat. GG's. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now.
From Avery after utilizing the Wolverine ultimate.
See,
Teki had all the
I'm no analyst, chat,
when FlyQuest had made those changes,
and I like to usually call it how I see it, but I think the difference that Teki is doing that FlyQuest isn't doing
insane there
is that
the beat, it's dropping harder than the team's morale
if you
right
kill
now.
them, they die. I don't know if you guys ever heard that strat before. FlyQuest is not doing that strat.
And right now, Avery has been the lights just really rising up here and making this team sweat. The winners of Group A.
I can't believe it. We'll win the 24 seconds of immortality, or this res composition just go and go again now. But they need to claim this point first as the Mantis from Cooper activates the Mantis ultimate. It's going to be able to contest that fate of both worlds from Wolfos looking over to the other side. This is going to be crucial with this meteor, but you're playing inside a corridor. It makes it even harder as it clips the roof.
Unfortunate there. I mean, just the
oh shit, no. FlyQuest needs to do something, bro. FlyQuest needs to do something, chat. How are you going to win last weekend and be the #1 team, but then you're losing this game to a team that didn't even play last week because they had a bye week?
Goes around after using the dance of butterflies. Everything used up as energy. It's up to you. You did lose on a Cooper, and currently with Ad being able to boost up that Loki ultimate, you have to deal with the fate of both worlds. The clobbering time as Teki has sent FlyQuest back to their spawns.
Brute just with the perfect patience against the Legendary, sucking up the entire ultimate and throwing it down on Cooper, putting the momentum out there, and FlyQuest is looking like they're going to go back to the side quest at the the lower bracket. Overtime.
Damn, FlyQuest is going to go back to the side quest in the lower bracket, chat. Holy shit. What a fucking... What a call out. Oh my god.
After making swaps over to the rocket, though, Dios gets that respawn. Energy gets that pick. Still keeping the dream alive as Energy has been able to stay alive and put in this damage pressure.
My goodness, with a fight back we've seen plenty of times. Avery going up and down with the Berserker Rage. Tap to fall it out. 1-2. Energy, though, trading with Avery. This could go either way.
Wait, Energy's popping. Energy's popping. Energy, oh my god. Energy is putting the fucking team in his backpack. Energy is picking up his team and putting them in the fucking backpack, chat.
And over the claw every time. Look at that placement from Energy, too.
Jumping right on top of the Doctor Strange portal, bonking on their heads like a footstool, but a clobbering time now from Bez, giving Teki a little taste of the blur medicine instead. Huge CK coming in. Yes,
this is crazy. Bro, Vess and Energy
Nobody wants to give up.
are insane.
I love it with the top team
Holy
on the ropes. They
shit.
somehow get it done. They only have 2 minutes and 18 seconds. As
Oh my god, look at that guy's
looking
hair.
just calm,
I'm jealous.
but
What the
also
hell?
punching
Look at that guy's
air
hair,
there.
bro.
Star-Lord does have a legendary. He's going to switch out, though. That just showcases the strategy. Oh, it looks like he's actually going to hang on.
Yeah, this was on top of those Hail Mary swaps on the rocket to get the respawn up with the triple strategist. Dios with that swap now over to the Namor instead. Wolfbolt and Tap both have their ultimates ready to control the next space around this next choke corner.
I mean,
I don't think FlyQuest has enough time though.
It's survival for FlyQuest. They're just trying to keep
I bet the house on that though. I bet everything on that. FlyQuest doesn't have enough time. They spent way too much time on first point. They're not gonna win.
It is backline graveyard action as Avery pushing the team back to the point.
What happens when you can only work with so much strategists to rotate on? Avery has been on fire throughout the course of this entire series, hand in hand with Tap and, of course, Ad and Blur, of course, with the clobbering times that we're currently seeing.
Gonna be interesting to see how this trades off. Teki has all their ults right now. There's a minute left, but if they use them right now, FlyQuest is gonna get what they need to.
Survive though. You saw Tap survive right there. They even pulled them right back in together with Cooper as the invisible boundary. The clobbering time now from Blur is huge. It's found 3. It's found Cooper and Bez. No invisible boundary instead as Brute sends out the meteor, doesn't find the mark as Energy flying from the sky is just continuously trying to put in this pressure. Combine that with the internal bond from the Cloak and Dagger of Zelos.
A beautiful display of not only strategy, but flexibility. Now Audios just going and cleaning up there with the poke damage that is from Energy and the Star-Lord. 39 seconds left. They were saying to themselves, wait a second, this is not supposed to happen. We were supposed to win this thing, and they're going to see if they can get the second point to get them one step closer to it.
Dude, Energy's not even blinking. Like, still in the same exact position, by the way. Just chilling here, despite what is on the line right now. The re-engagement. Avery's, Wolfles, and Ad are about to have that 24 seconds of immortality, while Avery tries to isolate Baz. The Meteor, though, gave him some of that health as well before settling down.
Bro, they needed to hit that ult, man. They needed to. They needed to.
Major win condition that they wanted to lean on here. This sees Cooper and Spark with their own respective ultimates and overtime about to take away.
No, FlyQuest is not clutching this, man. FlyQuest is not clutching this.
Energy's just trying to get that poke damage. It's going to be rough here as now Spark Chief trying to get the pick that he needs to give this team momentum. The team on their ropes. They came in with the spotlight. Now they're under it here as they're just trying to keep things competitive, just like point one. Blur though trades with Cooper. This could be it.
And the stagger.
Nah, chat, that's GG's, man. It's sad to say for FlyQuest, but they're going to go on that side quest.
But you have no sustainability.
Side quest gaming, bro. Side quest gaming. They're gonna roll the lower bracket probably. Yep, early 07, chat. Early 07.
Nowhere to run when Avery is in your face as Teki.
I just want to say I called it. I told you if Teki wins the first point on their first fight, they're going to win the game. Did I not call it? Did I not call it? My brain is fucking so massive. It's like Jimmy Neutron, bro. I'm about to go brain blast.
From the group stage, now sent to the lower bracket.
But I did think FlyQuest was gonna win it.
To the upper bracket, they don't like
oh, chat. Yo, Can I get an 07 to everyone's points who voted FlyQuest? I told you guys to vote Techie. I don't know why you guys voted FlyQuest. I told you if you vote FlyQuest, you're going to lose your points.
Shroud X, but you could obviously see that they've expanded on their own hero pool. They've done their research out here. They've basically put FlyQuest in a corner just with those strategist bands out here.
Let's look at the kills, chat. 42 and 4, 43 and 3, 49 and 3.
I mean, just
34 and 7, 30 and 2, 35 and 4. Oh my god.
The winner of this whole matchup really stepping up. I think Tap, we expected to see him go up 49 and 3 though. I mean, that's kind of crazy. But in reverse, just seeing what Avery was able to do with
if you put 100,000 points on Techie, you just won 315,000. If you put $250,000 on Techie, you won almost $800,000. If you put $10,000, you won $32,000.